In this lesson, we're going to take a look at using Excel to calculate the mean, weighted mean, median, and mode of a data set. So to illustrate how to use Excel to evaluate the mean, median, and mode first, let's consider this example. So in this example, we have listed the miles between exits on a Kentucky interstate. So you see our first value here is 11. That represents the miles between two consecutive exits. And then 4 miles, 10 miles, 4 miles again, and so on. So we have a total of 42 data values in this set. And so let's see how we can use Excel to calculate the mean, median, and mode. Now here we have the data entered into Excel. So we have our header row here, the exit distances, and here is all of our data. Now down here in this cell B44, let's calculate the mean, or the average. So in Excel, to do that, we can type equals. We're going to enter a formula now. And you see when we start typing, you see the possible formulas pop up. And we want to select the average right there. So you select that, and then you can hit the tab button, or you can just continue typing average. Now we have to enter the data into, or the data range in between the parentheses here. So what you can do is either type in by hand. Let's see, the data ran from B2 down to B43, or you can highlight it with the mouse like this. Just highlight those cells, scroll down, and then release. And you see we're going from B2 colon B43, close that off with a parenthesis, and there's the average distance between exits on this Kentucky interstate, 4.57 miles. Now let's calculate the median, which is going to be the middle value if we were to sort the data from low to high. So the median, we can do it like this, equals, and if we type in median, right there it is. We see median is the one of the functions that we can choose. Tab, and now we can enter the data range in here, B2 to B43, or highlight it with the mouse. There we go. Close that off. And there's our median value, which is 3. The mode, we can do the same way, equals. Now we have a choice here. We see mode multi and mode single. We just want to choose the mode single right there. mode.sngl. Highlight that, hit tab, and then your data range. Close off the parenthesis. And there's the mode, which is 1. So in other words, that's the most frequently occurring distance between exits on this interstate, 1. So 1 mile is the most common distance between exits on this particular interstate highway. So that's how you can calculate the mean, median, and mode using Excel. So once again, remember the mean, you just type in equals average, like that. For the median, it's just equals median, like that. And for the mode, it's equals mode, and we want the single, like that. And then you enter your data range for each one. All right, now let's take a look at an example illustrating the weighted mean for a data set. So here we have an example. A statistics course, interestingly enough, has homework, 3 exams, and a final exam. The homework is worth 100 points, each exam is worth 150 points, and the final exam is worth 200 points. A student gets an 84 on the homework, 73%, 89%, and 92% on the exams, and a 71% on the final. Evaluate the student's final grade, and our answer should be 80.93. Now there are 2 ways we can do this with Excel. I'll show you both ways here. So first of all, we have to enter the data into Excel, and right here we have it. So the grades here, first of all, those are our scores X. And then the 100, 150, 150, 150, and 200, those represent the weights. So to calculate the weighted mean, what we want to do is multiply each of these pairs of numbers here together, and then divide by the sum of all the weights. So I'll show you sort of a long way to do that, and then a quick way to do it. The long way will, it's a little longer, but it'll illustrate the formula that is in the notes. So to multiply these values together and then add them up, we can do this. So in the cell over here, that would be cell D2, we're going to multiply what's in B2 and C2. So equals B2 times C2. There we go. And then we just drag that down. And now we have to add up all of these numbers. And then we want to divide this quantity by the sum of all of our weights. And so there you go, there's our formula. So the first sum is adding up all of the xi's times the wi's, the scores times the weights. And then the second sum is adding up all of the weights. And then we hit enter, and there's our average, 80.933. So that would be this student's average for the course. Now here's another way to do it. We can use the sum product function that's built into Excel. So instead of creating this column D, Excel will do that for us automatically within a formula. So if we type in down here sum product, right there it is, sum product. Now the first array is going to represent your X values, the scores. So we highlight the scores there. So you see B2 to B6, those are the scores. And then the second argument, this is called an argument when you have the what's inside parentheses here. So the second argument is going to be your weights. So now we have to highlight the weights. Now what this quantity is going to do is it's going to add up all of these values right here, the 8,400 to the 14,200 for us. It'll add all of those up. And then we still have to divide by the sum of the weights. So we still have to go divide by the sum of all of these values right here. And then when we hit enter, we should get the 80.933. And there you go, we get the same result. And that concludes our discussion on how to use Excel to calculate the mean, median, mode, and the weighted mean.